Like that thing. It's pretty cool.
What thing? There's three things. What's the one? Go ahead.
It's pretty cool. Okay, now I know what you want. Market shops. They're getting long again. I walked by and saw that. I couldn't figure out what game that was. Now I do.
Nothing's popped up yet. There we go.
Good.
Can you go and turn it to me?
I'm not really watching.
Well, hello again, everyone. Here we are with Call of Cthulhu. Oh, let's see here. Got two
You have fun now.
of the same on, but that's alright, I think we're good. So, if you remember last time we played this, it was kind of, well, we're playing kind of an experimental, we're trying this out on R20, see what we think about it. If you enjoy watching it, let us know, because we're, like I said, we're still trying to work it out, and we're planning to go to R20, for those that know the system, or Roll20, to look for players for this game. So here's something they can refer to look at also. So usually we were starting with 2 players, but you know, life gets in the way, someone had to work, things like that. So we are going to pick up and kind of do an update on what we did last time a little bit, and get things going. So for those that did come in last week, there will be kind of what happened last time section here. So fun thing about a Call of Cthulhu game is the horror angle is always fun to go through, to read through. Okay. Well, it all started with a landlord, Mr. Knott, approached some people at an adventure club in New York and asked them to examine an old house in central Boston. He happened to be a member, so that's why he was there. A house known as the Corbett House. The former tenants, a Macario family, were involved in a tragedy, and the owner wished to understand the mystery happenings of the house and set matters straight. Mr. Knott has been unable to rent the house out since the tragedy, and hopes that you can clear things up and restore its good nature. He offers to reimburse you for your time and trouble. The landlord gives you keys, the address, and $25 advance for each of you. Now, we might need to point out that this is around the 1920s, so if someone thought, why am I going to a horrible thing for $25, that's why. Knowing your jobs, you will want to conduct some research before you head into the house. You can check out old newspapers, articles from the Boston Globe, or head to the Central Library, or go to the Hall of Records. So, they all traveled by train to Boston, staying at in one of the big hotels there, and well, let's see if I can find out which one it is. King's Chapel? Could be a hotel in the middle of town. And they basically stayed the night, went out, started checking around. I'll start with, also to remind the player, what Wilfred Morgan, the gentleman right here, had discovered. He went to the Hall of Records, right?
I believe so.
Let's see here and check. Hall of Records. Okay. Having to use a lot of the library use skills. Looking up about the house. The civil court records showed that the executor of Walter Corbett's will was a Reverend Michael Thomas, pastor of the Chapel of Contemplation, a church of our Lord, granter of secrets. The register of the church is probably available at the Hall of Records. The closure of the temple was in 1912. Let's see, yeah. So, going with Hall of Records again. Well, you went as in Tiliana, Madrid. You headed off to the, well, first I think you headed to the Boston Globe, had some problems with the person running the place. You clashed and you weren't able to get information there, but then I think you headed to the Central Library. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. So, looking at the Central Libraries, the Worthy Institute has several interesting items tucked away. For a half day spent here, basically you get 2 rolls per day, you're able to find out some stuff. Such as, in 1935, a prosperous merchant built the house, but immediately fell ill and sells it to Walter Corbett, Esquire. In 1852, Walter Corbett sued by neighbor who petitioned to force him to leave the area in consequences of his serious, in other words, sick habits and unauspicious demeanor. Then she found out even more evidence that Corbett won this lawsuit. His obituary in 1866 states that he still lived in the same place, the house you need to check out. It also states that a second lawsuit was being waged to prevent Corbett from being buried in his basement, as provided by his will. Research was
demented.
Very odd. But you can find no outcome of the second lawsuit being recorded. So, you also know that Wilfred Morgan had gone to the Chapel of Contemplation, where you had to meet him and help him get out of where he fell to the floor. Found some old stuff here and there. Apparently they were kind of practicing non-Christian religions, we'd say. And you found an old book in Latin that, finding no better thing to do with it, you put it back, as well as some records to the library he also left there. If you decide you can reclaim those things, but otherwise, places like you was mentioned is, well, the Boston Globe's kind of a lost cause. Maybe we'll try it if everything else fails. You got everything at the library. The Hall of Records you can follow up on. You could also go to the Higher Court Central Police area. You could also go just kick around the neighborhood. Or check out that old church. Or go straight to the place, look around, and then if things get too creepy, run out.
First, I'm going to go to the church.
You go check out that church?
Yeah.
Okay. Grab your marker. Cause I gotta fix this quickly. People can see on TV, but you can't. Gotta make this map so you can like search around it. Okay. And I quickly should have done this earlier. But also, though, I should have you do a luck roll.
Luck?
Yes, on your character sheet, there is a luck stat. Okay. Ooh. Would you like? Well, then what we need to do is going back to here, the encounters. Okay. So you failed your first luck check. Now, basically means you're gonna have an encounter. So, roll again to see if it's good or bad encounter. So luck roll again. Just out of the way.
Hard success, 12 versus 40.
You succeeded. Well then, that's nice. Hard success even. So, what we have is, well, where's the first place you're going to go? You said you were going to head to the church, right?
Yep.
Okay. Which also I'm trying to still hide it. Which it'll only be hidden to you. Edit.
No, if I'm
Paste.
looking at my phone, we'll blame this.
No! No!
I'll shut it down.
That's alright. I gotta do it. I should have planned it better for this. Although you still would have seen it. But you should see when you come up when we get to it. But first of all, we need you to go. And you were heading. So, you probably just on the way to the location. As you're heading down that area, a cop car comes slowly down the road. Those big old cop cars they used to have.
Okay.
Slowly going down the road, shining the light around. Do you wish to hide from the light or let yourself be seen?
I'm gonna let myself be seen. They might have some valuable information.
Okay. So once he sees you in the lights, he will go ahead and come back and, stop the car, kind of step out, walk over towards you, relaxed, his hand's not on the gun or anything like that. He's like, were you around here last night?
No.
No?
No, what's going on?
Oh. Well, we had a report of, a duel. Some people
Really?
over behind the church there were fighting a duel last night. We know because we found the body this morning.
Really?
Yes. And I'd never seen you around here before, and we've not had many duels around here, so kind of wonder if you'd seen anything there.
No.
Well, go ahead and do a charisma check. See how innocent you can look.
Charisma.
And then, after you do that,
What would charisma be under?
let me pull up a character sheet. I should print up one of these character sheets sometime just so I can have it to refer to.
Charm?
Probably CHA. Let's see. I thought there was charisma on here. Appearance. I guess use your appearance.
Boom.
Ooh. Well, you are an attractive one there, so. Also, we should have had you because I was looking at the system because you're supposed to be an experienced character. I was gonna let you have an extra 100 points to spend on your character stats. So last time we were on problems because the adventure, especially with such few players, was a little too difficult to get things done last time. But we'll go through that later if we want. Occasionally I'll give you an extra check for now until we get that done, okay?
Sounds good.
So, you made that well. He looks at you and says, well, yeah, you don't really seem the type. So, why don't you just, let me get your name and your information and where you stand?
I tell him.
The hotel. Like I said, we'll just call it King's Chapel Hotel. I think that's more the area that it's at, but that works. And if you could just make sure you stay in town for now. Oh, well, if you don't mind me asking, what are you here for?
I'm actually investigating something for a client.
Okay. Is this a legal matter, or?
What can you tell me about... Where is he? Who's the guy that...
Are you talking about the house, or you want to talk about the guy? William Corbett. Which one do you want to ask about?
The Corbett house.
Okay. Well, really? That old place has been empty forever. At least till as long as I can remember. Heard the guy was really kind of a kook. But, you know, I grew up and heard the same as everyone else in town that the place is haunted. Yeah, but, you know, I don't really believe in that so much, but I'd be careful what you want to do in there because, you know, old empty houses, the criminal element can get up to it, you know. Especially with Prohibition just starting to roll out here, you got to be careful where you go.
Yeah.
We suspect that...
I usually am.
We suspect that duel could have had something to do with that very same issue. But I would say that things are going... been pretty good lately, but I've heard a couple times where some kids snuck in there, so they heard some noises upstairs, like someone pacing around, and then got scared out of there. So we've been called out there a couple times, but you know, people like neighbors hearing screaming in the middle of the night from the house. That could just be some more kids that snuck in, as far as I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, no, matter of fact, I heard it might go on sale soon. Someone might be buying it.
That's why I'm here.
Oh, okay, I see. Just kind of keeping an eye, seeing are you trying to find out what happened or the story?
The entire thing.
Well, I think he got involved in some kind of legal dispute with his neighbors. But I heard the neighbor wasn't exactly, I don't know if you call him, but he kind of, he disappeared later on. After, you know, the case never came fully through because he disappeared. Never found anything. We think the guy just possibly scared him out of town. But anything other than that.
And you said that there was a duel over at the church?
Yeah, right out back there. That's why I was kind of looking around and seeing, because the description someone said is that it looked like someone they'd never seen before. So it was an outsider.
Well, do you mind if I go take a look?
Oh, yeah, we've already collected everything we needed there. Really wasn't much, especially after the emergency crews had gotten the guy that had been shot picked up and all that. he wasn't quite dead yet, so they kind of made a mess of the area. A lot of footprints everywhere, but yeah, go ahead.
I give him my PI card.
Oh, so you're a PI. Well, if you find anything good, or if I, give me a call, and if I find anything good, I'll let you know. But a little bit of quid pro quo there.
Sounds good.
Did you come into this town with anyone?
I did, but he's back at the hotel.
Oh. Okay. You think he would have been out here?
I have no idea. We're in separate rooms, but I can give you his name.
Okay. Now I can at least check with him and see if he's known anything, or if he'd been here, if he'd seen anything.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Let's go with trying to see your character sheet. And let's go with just a straight. Well, let's see if there's an applicable skill. Not really, just use luck. Like I said, that's close, so I was going to give you a reroll. Until we get that adjusted. Okay. So. And that would be new players would come in, they'd also probably get stat bonus too, because these players represent some people that were hired to do this, and I don't think people would have hired someone that was first level. So. After that, yeah, the place is empty. You want to go around, or he drives off. You want to go check around behind, huh?
Yep.
Okay, let's see if I can find here. I have a picture for, there it is. Well, kind of I'll do this because that person shouldn't be there. But the place is a mess on the inside. I just typed in old church. See what I got? Oh, you guys don't see yet. Let me move you over there. There we go.
Ooh, creepy.
And there you are. But you're actually out behind, so you want to check around behind for a while?
Yeah.
What are you looking for, kind of? Like in the mud, or what's your goal?
Probably anything that you cops could have missed.
Okay, let's see. I believe there's a spot hidden.
Spot hidden? Use that?
Yeah.
No.
And one more try until we get that fixed. That's good, because there's actually a rule to push the roll. So we're just doing this instead. 18 out of 45. Especially also because you're only one player right now.
Yeah.
So, we're giving you a little leeway. We don't want to kill you off. The game's over real quick then. So, you're going around behind there. And, yeah, like they said, there was a lot of footprints. A lot of stuff. But you also find some, like, loose pieces of paper. About 6-inch by about 8-inch.
Okay.
It looks like they're out of a book because they're torn on one side.
I'll collect them up.
Okay. Now, right now, they're all still kind of muddy and that, so you'd have to clean them up and stuff if you want to try to read what they are.
Yeah.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do a dexterity check. You don't rip it while doing it. Good. Okay, you get them cleaned off and you read through it a little bit. It's in English, so there's no roll to check. You know English. And they look like pages of a Bible.
Huh. Yeah.
Although you're not absolutely sure about what passage in that, because that's not really your field. But definitely the way it's written seems to be directly out of a Bible. Although at first check, when you look at the top, what like, you know how like there's the titles, you know, what section of the stories? Like, oh, God. Can't remember something. Like Moses. You know, but it's doesn't look familiar to you. But like I said, Bible is not your field of expertise. I don't think you don't have a bibliophilic skill, do you? Languages.
I have a cult.
Ah. Making a cult roll. Ho, ho, ho. 1 out of 5.
Yep.
Well, you succeeded, so I guess I should give it to you.
A critical success.
Very much so. You identify, and looking at it, matter of fact, you decided that the name of what section of the Bible this is not one you know of. It's called the Gnostic, Gnostic. And since you criticaled, you're thinking, I'm pretty sure the church took that section out. So, that's what you found. Other than that, there's some blood splatter a little bit here and there. It looks like they went old school sword fighting. No,
Okay.
like guns. And you see prints from a car's wheels.
So it follows tracks.
Yeah, there's tracks. It goes out to the road. Where the road actually is still dirt for quite a while, so you can track it for a while. So let's go with let's do another spot hit. Oh, now you're just teaching us how it's played, huh?
I guess.
Well, you follow this car down for a while. It doesn't head far, and then it pulls up to someone's house. A private dwelling, I should say.
I knock on the door.
Okay? To give you a little information, because this is kind of like you're looking around the neighborhood first. So I'll give you that before you start knocking on doors. Just for the fun of it. Okay. Most of the people live in this area before the Great War and moved away and died. New offices and businesses have replaced the 19th century homes and the houses in question. The Corbett House, with its overgrown front yard, is now only private residence on the block. Now, the church is in the same neighborhood. This was his church. Now, you've gone to someone's house at the edge of this area. Looks like to be a newer home. And the name out front is Mr. Dooley.
Ha 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 ha, Dooley.
So, what do you want? You want to walk up to his door?
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and roll on your credit rating. Apparently this guy judges you by your credit. Where is that? You succeed. You found it. And try again. Let's give you a second.
Vice crit.
Oh, you're right. I didn't pan it down. No, I don't like the crit. I want you to fail. Nope. You apparently dress well above your cash flow. Part of being a reporter, huh? So, let me get your name. Tiliana Madrid. Tiliana Madrid. You walk up, you talk to him, he seems quite friendly to me. Oh, what are you doing here? You don't seem to be around from here.
I'm actually working on a case.
Oh, what would this be about?
The Corbett House.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
But before I get into that, I'm also helping the police
Yes.
on a matter that happened last night.
Um, um, make an appearance check. Since I don't have charisma. And try again. Oh, no, he's kind of like, if it's a police matter, I probably shouldn't be talking about it, but, you know. Maybe the police should be here talking to me about it, or maybe I should go see what they want.
I hand him my card.
Okay. Oh, so you're a private investigator. Oh, okay, well, I'm still willing to talk to you about your other thing, you know. Looks like he's trying to, like, you know, fish for some points by, you know, helping you out where he can. Maybe you won't turn on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of another quick pro type thing. He's like, well, what would you like to know about the Corbett House? I can answer questions about that. He's dead long ago, so there's no legal cases on his situation. And I'll be sure to let him know you told me to contact you. Contact him, right?
Sure.
Okay. Well, what do you need to know?
Everything.
Everything? Let's see. I think someone was living in the house just a few years ago, but, you know, oddly enough, they'd only moved in. The Macario family moved into the house like only a couple years ago. But a year after moving in, the father had a serious accident and shortly after went violently mad. He's sitting at Roxbury Sanitarium right now. They say he babbled about a haunting form with burning eyes. And about a month ago, the last lady that was there, she also went mad. The place went back to the landowner after that.
What can you tell me about the landowner?
Landowner? Mr. Holt? Or what was it? Same guy you'd already...
William Corbett.
No, him. That's long ago. The Macarios moved in after he had died. The bank got the house, and then Mr. Holt, I believe it was, or something like that. He's absolutely sure on this one. But it sounds like the same guy you already talked to. He went ahead and rented it out for a while, but leased it out actually, and they left in the middle of their lease, which, you know, you gotta be insane to do that with the money you're just leaving on the table. But yeah, Miss Macario's also at Roxbury Sanitarium, about a few miles from Boston. They had kids too, but they were taken by the family back to Baltimore.
Alrighty.
But as far as the other thing, you know, just let you know, yeah, I know something happened there, but I was just driving by and helped a friend out. But that's all I can tell you.
What's the friend's name?
I can't tell you that. I told him I wouldn't tell anyone, but since you came to me, I'll go talk to the police about it.
Please do.
I will. I mean, I didn't want to get involved, but, you know, and I didn't realize something more had happened. What happened there? I mean, I just found him. He was stumbling down the side of the road, and it looked like he got hit and shot or something in the leg. So
there was a duel behind this church.
Oh. I don't think he went to that church, but, you know, he has been here a long time. So, you know, it's not like anyone would actually talk about it if they went to that church. It still exists, you know. They just moved to a new location, but they hide themselves a little more.
What can you tell me about these papers?
Looks at it. It looks like, for the type of paper in that, it looks like it's out of a Bible, but I don't recognize the terms, but, you know, I go like every holiday, and that's about it.
Alrighty, I'll be off then.
Okay. So, where you want to head after that? I guess we should have hit the neighborhood for this one.
I'm gonna go over to the Corbett house.
Okay. You check it out?
Yep.
Okay. Let me go ahead and grab this. Here we go. I think we got it. Are we there? No, yeah, we are. Okay. Oh, that's a map, so it kind of, probably if I changed it, I could make it not a map. But that's all right. Kind of an old, beat-up place. Not much to it. let's go ahead and grab you. The place is actually 2 floors. Let me go ahead. I'll take him off here. Put you over here. And I'll bring the thing to there. Okay. Corbett House. See it? Now, we have an upper story and a ground floor. Trying to find, I think the main door is over here. It just opens to the side. Got a window. So, basically, we have the fun of going around the different locations and see what you can find in the dark. Is it just for you? All you see is a little string of light along the edge?
Yep.
Okay. Well then, since it's just you, go ahead and move yourself. You can click on it and move it, I believe. Go ahead and try it for me. Is it not responding? There. And keep moving until you see light into a room area that has a number. Right now you're in a hallway. It looks kind of beaten up and old. Just keep moving. I would take turns, but there's only one of you. Oh, you want to go into that room, huh?
Yep.
Okay. What's cool is you can like, oh look, it's looking in there. I gotta work out how they do that. Right now I can just do one, like a whole room. But going to one. Is the Corbett Place. 1. Okay. It's not that one. Whoops. Ground floor. I see. That's why it was confusing. Well, here, I got a picture you can look at. This is what the front of the place looks like. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just curious to see if it would work. Okay. So, go on in, look around. You go ahead and move this off here so we can still see you moving around. A1 storage room. This room is filled with boxes and junk, such as rustled water tanks and old bicycles. At the right end of the room is a cupboard boarded shut.
I'm gonna look around.
Okay. Go ahead. Let me see what they have. I think, yeah, spot hidden again. Okay, and try again until we get those numbers fixed, or because you're alone. Well, you got the second time. Okay. Looking around, basically, seems to be pretty much a mess. Let me go ahead and turn the music down a little bit. Because the only problem I have now is if I turn it down, I turn you down. And I don't want to do that. Actually, I wanted to hear you a little better.
Okay.
There. Music was trying to drown you out there. Okay. You look around the room, and basically, like I said, you found boxes. A lot of the boxes, though, the papers and everything in them are kind of like soaked. Like, if someone was just living here a month or so ago, why there's just so many leaks coming from the ceiling in that? Like, the place is just much worse off than it should have been if someone was living here just recently. Also on that, make a luck roll. Okay, don't worry about re-rolling it. Well, we got the second time, so okay. Well, you think you heard a noise of some creaking upstairs, but it could have been anything at this point. It was just a simple creak, not even like footsteps yet or anything like that. But the only thing you kind of notice when looking around, besides there's the boxes, there's just a bunch of junk, bunch of like rusted water water-soaked papers. There is an old bicycle in here, if you're interested.
No.
Only thing that really kind of stuck out as strange was the cupboard that is boarded shut. Someone basically nailed wood right over the top of it, so you can't open it. You want to try opening it? Make a strength roll. Ooh. I thought you had it over there. I saw the 9 first, but 29. Okay, well, you wrenched it open. 3 bound books are found within. The diaries of certain W. Corbett, a former inhabitant of the house that you've heard of, as the address on the flyleaf also of Volume 1 testifies. Corbett diaries are in English, though sometimes strangely phrased. The 3 volumes take a total of 2 days, you're guessing, if you had to start reading them. But it really seems to be some weird, writing here and there. You actually see, with your, you have an occult knowledge skill, right?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll on it. Okay, and try it one more time. That's one of the ones you probably add stuff to. Well, the best you can get is that it basically goes into a Nokian and some kind of angelic or demonic, you're not sure which, symbols here and there in it. So it's not just a diary, it's like someone's private spell book or something.
I'm going to take them with me, put them in my bag.
Oh, okay. 3 William Corbett diary books. You could take a couple days reading through it. It may add to your Cthulhu knowledge, but it may also take from your sanity. It's a common thing in this game. Lose sanity quickly. And that's about all you really find here. So, where now? Head over there. Okay. This room contains old furniture that might be broken up to burn in a wood stove. But that's about it. It's just old, more chairs than you would need stacked up on one side, like they were stacking it for this purpose. All the fabric torn off the chairs. A broken table. Parts of a dresser. 3. This is the door that leads outside. It's also the mud room. This is where people come in, take off their dirty clothes and hat, and before coming in the house and tracking it through the whole house. You probably remember from your mother, yelling at you. Here hang overcoats, galoshes, hats, and umbrellas. Several bags of coal for the living room's freestanding stove are here. The side door is secured with 3 bolts and 2 locks. The door right here, although it shows it open, is not. It's quite viciously locked. No one wanted. I'm gonna find some brown here and do this. They closed it. Okay. 4. Did you walk all the way around and back down?
Yep.
Okay. 4. The living room. This room contains. Oh, and also do a luck roll. And one more, just. Okay. Nothing important. This room you entered contains conventional furniture, a radio, a couch, stuffed chairs, shelves laden with gewgaws. Not absolutely sure. I think that's like doodads. You cannot help but notice the unusual quantities of crosses and images of the Virgin and other Catholic artifices all over. There'll be 8 to 10 on one wall. You don't care, huh?
Nope.
Okay, make a luck roll. Okay. It's after you get to all the way into the next room. First, I'll tell you what it is. This is a dining room. So in the dining room, complete with a long mahogany table. Ooh, those are nice. And a built-in sideboard and 7 chairs. 3 places are set and unused. Scraps of rice soup sit there rotting in the bowl that they have on the side where it's served from. You know, like they had someone that served the food to the family.
Yeah.
But also, as you're there looking around and kind of seeing all this stuff, you start to hear that odd sound. It sounds like someone else is in the house besides you.
Well, I'm gonna make my way upstairs.
You gonna go straight there? You gonna go through the kitchen to get there, or come all the way back around?
I think I'm gonna go through the kitchen.
Okay. Being I just told you, it's a conventional kitchen. Icebox, wood-fed stove, and oven. Plus a meager larder. Some of the foodstuffs may still actually be edible, like the canned stuff and that. There's canned soup, meat, rice, kernels, several pastas, and a few bottles of homemade wine. The produce, which has been left behind, is been, spoiled, but also looks like it was eaten by rats, judging by what's left. So, whoops, hit the wrong button. You want to go check out upstairs? So you head around. Whoops, let me get rid of that. I had the brown square button. Go ahead and move to a stairs. I think the ones you want are the ones over here, because when you get out here, those ones head down, and another set head up. You want to go up?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll move you over there. Bing! So you end up here. And that's what you see.
Well, I can't really move my. Yeah, there we go.
Was I clicked on it still? Sometimes I'll be clicked on it still when I looked at it and it won't move. But can you move it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Which of the 4 rooms do you want to go check first? Go check that one. Okay. One that says, I think it says number 3. Yeah. Upper floor. First, I need actually, let's say, as you're walking up the stairs, so right after you got up the stairs, you're in the hallway. As you go into this room, you heard again the sound of someone walking down the hallway, but you didn't see anyone in the hallway you were in. So you check you check the first room you could get to.
Yeah.
This room contains a bed frame, bare bed springs, back before they used to put them in fabric. Just a bunch of springs.
Yeah.
And a dresser. The one used, there's not much in here. Doesn't look like anyone's been in this room for quite a while.
I'm gonna search the dresser.
Okay. Go ahead and make a luck roll. 60 or 60, and one more just to double check like we've been doing. Okay. Now you don't find anything actually. It looks actually fairly new. Like the dresser was just put in the room. You're kind of getting the feeling of a guest room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anything that'd been in the room, whoever had been visiting would have left with it. Go back around. This room contains 2 small beds, toys, and dressers. Pictures of aircraft and cowboys mark this as what seemed to be a children's room. Make another luck roll. Actually, see, I've got to find one for... No. Well, yeah, go ahead and do luck for this. Okay. Well, first of all, the door slams right after you get in the room.
Really?
Yep. What do you do?
Try to open it.
Okay, go ahead and do a strength roll. See if you can force it open. And one more. Push it. Nope. But the thing is, after you start pulling on it, it starts to shake from the other side.
Psychoanalysis?
Ooh, go ahead. And again. It could be someone, it could be some supernatural energy. I mean, you've heard situations on both, so right now, nothing special. Let me go ahead and find, where'd I, the upper floor. Yeah, I just, make a luck roll, see how long this takes. Okay, a little bit over. I'm going to say it actually takes about an hour. So it's been about half an hour. Do you want to try out the window, or you want to wait or try the door again?
I'm going to go out the window.
Go out the window? Okay, then do a dex check. One more. Ah, good. You almost, you like slipped off the windowsill, but then went down and fell down one floor and landed fairly safely into a bush. So you didn't take any damage. Let's see. It would have been 5. Ow.
Yeah.
But you land safely on the grass. What's your action after that?
I'm going to go back to my hotel.
You say, fuck this shit. I'm out.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, it is getting late, so you can head on back home. Or to where it's home for you for now. But do another luck roll for on the way. You're good. Just barely, but good. Nothing bugs you along the way. Go ahead and get home.
Yep.
Get some rest. Get some sleep. I'd say go. Are you injured at all?
No.
Okay, so we don't have to worry about that. Yeah, it just keeps creeping. It's creeping music, man. It creeps louder and louder.
I'm going to get a hold of the guy that has us investigating this and let him know what I
The
found.
cop or the no, you're talking about the landlord.
Yep.
Okay. Do you want to meet him, or do you just want to talk to him on the phone?
I want to meet him face to face because I have these books.
Okay. He can meet you down in the restaurant down below.
Okay.
That way you don't have to do for an encounter check for going outside. So you go on down there. You get there first. Do a, let's see, what would be a good one for? Well, first of all, do an appearance roll. See how good a seat you get. Well, you look nice and wealthy, and someone that could be important in the 1900s, 1920s. So you get a nice little seat. What would you like? It can be billed to your room. They ask you. So, what kind of morning thing would you say your character has?
Hot tea and a muffin.
Hot tea and a muffin. They bring that to you. And then after a while, he shows up. It's like, oh, have you been able to take care of the problem? He asks you. Well, actually, let's quickly, or go too far. We'll go back to introduction. So I get his name. Mr. Knott. That's it. Knott. Looks like an H. That's why I screwed it up. Mr. Knott shows up and he asks you, how's it been going? What do you say?
Went to the house.
Yes.
Found some books you might be interested in.
Really? Like, relating to what? The house, I take it, but...
Mr. Corbett's journals.
Oh, the guy that was there before I bought the place. The guy who died off there.
And when I was looking around, I got trapped in one of the upstairs bedroom for about an hour.
Huh. You see who it was?
No.
Yeah. I'm kind of worried a little bit because after I got back to town, I've had quite a few people been asking questions here and there about the place. A few wanted to get a look in the place, go around, but I told them I'm already having it checked and I don't need to, for insurance purposes. So they're like staying back for now. But for being so haunted, it's strange. And then like when I checked their bank records, it's not like they could afford to get a house. So not absolutely sure what they wanted to get in there for. So
I handed him the books.
yeah, and the 3 diaries.
Actually, I set them on the table.
Okay. Well, I'm not really sure what they could be. I guess I can. I mean, I can't even. Can you read this? He shows you what you saw before is Enochian.
Yeah.
And you can't really read it. You've just identified it from things at your job here and there. It's like the old language, some of the Bible, an old biblical language. So he's like, that seems odd. He was involved in some kind of legal problems with his church, or part of his church. I don't know the full details on it.
Speaking of churches, I also found this.
Okay, and what's this?
I showed him papers.
The papers from the Bible ones?
Yep.
Okay, were these in the house?
They were found behind the old church, left there after a duel.
Is there any direct correlation to my property?
It's in the same neighborhood.
Okay, well, that is something. Okay. Well, I don't know. I'll go ahead and do a quick percentage. See if I can remember how to still do this. Yep. 86. Not good. So he's like, well, I don't know where I can find people that could possibly. Well, since you found those pages, I guess I could take to the old South Church. See if they can find anything about it, or.
Or I could just take them there.
If you want. I mean, if you actually know more about them than I do, and I don't know if I can. I don't see them as being something I can sell, really.
I gather up the books and papers and I
take them all.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll keep in touch.
So, how much more time do you think you guys are going to need to take care of this?
Not long.
Okay, good. Because like I said, I have had a lot of people asking questions about the place. So, he goes ahead and finishes up his meal of eggs and cranberry bread. A little bit of, sausages on the side. Big, fat dinner or breakfast. Not something, healthy or anything like that. So, at that point, what do you wish to proceed to do? This is the next day, right? You're going out somewhere?
Yep. I'm going to go to the church, the Old South Church.
Okay, go ahead and make a percentage dice roll on your luck for your travel.
Make a what?
A luck roll. Counter check. And again. Okay. On my encounters list. I'd say you pretty much did one on that one. So let me see what the next one is. We got more police questioning you. Here, pop this out here so I can see it over. So it doesn't block the whole screen for the viewers. Okay. You're heading on walking on over to Old South Church. I should first ask you, how do you wish to get there? By foot? It's not that far, but you can also take a cab.
By foot.
Because you probably don't have your own car yet in town. So heading on down by foot. And I'm not sure, I didn't check earlier. Let's see if I could, just to be sure. Going public transport, Boston, 1920. Oh, there's a trolley system.
I'm just going by foot.
Okay, but now we know. If necessary in that situation, we can do a trolley. So, you're sitting there, dealing with your situations, when, on the way to the library, a guy pulls up in a cop car again. This is a different gentleman. Pulls up, kind of almost cuts you off on the sidewalk, kind of pulling up. And he gets out. Says, excuse me, ma'am.
Can I help you?
I need to take you to see my captain.
Okay.
Do you agree to this?
Sure.
Good. So, go on and get in the car. He drives you back to the police station.
Yeah. It's because I'm a woman, isn't it?
You're a woman. Can you vote yet? I don't think so.
No.
So, you end up going into a room, kind of a interrogation style room, and left in there.
Okay.
Roll die 10. Should be right there under the dice image. Die 10. So it's been about 40 minutes. And how you feeling about it?
Kind of paranoid.
Kind of paranoid? He walks in. So, heard you're looking around my town doing your investigating.
Yes, I was hired to do an investigation on the Corbett house.
Did you run this by my station before you got here?
I was hired when I got here.
So you're saying you don't have to do police type work in my town? Is that what you're telling me?
How about you get a hold of Mr. Knight? The person I'm working for.
Mr. Knott?
Yes.
Go ahead then and do a character sheet, remember the stats. Probably just that to go. Persuade. I should remember that one before. Do a persuade check. And again, just, you know. Okay. Well, why should I contact him? Just because, if he hired you to do something, you still should come to me and, you know, get the proper paperwork and the proper notification of files. So, you think you can just go ahead and do this work? And, what do my people do then, if you're out doing our job?
I'm investigating a property from Mr. Knott. It's his property, the Corbett house. People keep moving in and moving out right after. I'm not investigating your stupid city, I'm investigating his house.
House is in my city. But if you want to pay the $20 in fines, I'll drop it.
Just give me the damn paperwork so I can fill it out and be on my way.
Okay. You pay the fine with it? Or do you have the $20?
I do, but I'm not going to pay the freaking fine.
Okay.
I'll do the paperwork.
Okay. Well, tells you. So, you're going to expect your employer to pay your fine, huh?
From what you said, Mr. High and Mighty Male Cop, that if I do the paperwork and all the permits I need to investigate this place, I don't have to pay a fine.
No, you don't. Make an appearance check. Oh, so much for slapping you. He says fine. At least we'll know where you are if there's any problems. But if there's any problems, we're going to have to probably assume you're part of them. So, he lets you go. You go ahead and head off to the police station now?
Yep.
Or not the police station, the church.
Yep.
Okay. What is it? You take that to him?
Yep.
Drop it off? Well, you get there, and roll a die 10. We'll see how many people are there. So there's about 8 people there. 6 plus the 2 running the place. 6 customers, I guess you could call it. You wait around for them to talk to you?
Yep.
Okay. So they finally get, and you hand the paper over?
Yeah.
Make a luck roll. See if you got the right guy. And one more try. Okay, you hand him over. It's like interesting. I have heard a few things about this place. And this gentleman, he thought with, they brought up the concept that he wanted to be buried in his basement. But the ground's not consecrated, so we kind of got involved in that to explain why a consecration of a space was necessary. But before the full amount of the crime in the court could come, the guy bringing it up on him, he up and disappeared, and then not too much after that, Mr. Corbin himself died off. So,
Really?
But the property, let's see. Well, you want to raid around for a little bit? I can find the guy that usually works on some of these. He's from the neighborhood, so he might be able to get you a little bit of help, but I personally don't know much. You might have to wait around for him, though. You want to do that?
Sure.
Okay. Let's see. We have... Okay. Make a charm check. And a backup one. Okay. He comes up. He's like, how'd you come up with these paperwork, these papers?
Found him behind the whole church in the mud.
Well, yes, these ones, which is an odd... So those are the ones basically you were mostly showing him? Or just the books? Or what were you showing him?
Just the papers for now, then I'll bring out the books.
Okay. Well, these are sections from a denied book of the church. It was written out during the last meeting of the popes and other people, and it was decided that this book was not usable, but it does heavily work on the concept of evoking or calling a greater force from beyond something. It's one of the reasons they took them out. That's what I know on those. You said you found them out behind that church. Has the reason he told me then, because that church had been a problem in our history before. In a few things, but for the most part, we would call them Satan worshipers.
I also have a few books I would like you to look at.
Okay.
Found them in my client's house during an inspection.
Okay.
And I was wondering if you could tell me about them.
Well then, go ahead and do a persuade check. Because he looks at the books and he doesn't feel too, he looks intimidated by the books. And one more. So I'm not comfortable in reading those books, but I don't know if I'm really comfortable in you holding those books. But he doesn't make a move to do anything to defend it, or keep them.
Can you tell me of anyone that can help me with these?
Well, the worry would be if we told you too much about them. You may try.
If you're talking about a cult, I'm not planning on summoning a demon or anything. I just want to find out.
So you
why
do know
the
what they're
client
for.
is being possessed.
That's exactly what they're for, though. Calling what's known as a dimensional shambler.
Really?
Yeah. Also be careful about who you show these books to, because someone else could try to steal them and use them. Questionable people, of course.
So pretty much this house is the reason, or these books are the reason why my client's house is haunted.
Only if they tried this there.
They were locked up in that house, and they belong to the original owner.
Well, the thing is, everything you need, what you see here written down in these diaries are notes from other books. And he doesn't have everything needed, or she. But we do have quite a bit here. But the question would be also, have you seen any other book that could have been where he copied this from?
No.
Well, give me a second. And he goes over to a file cabinet, opens it up. And he pulls out a paper clipping. He says, well, I don't know how this relates to all this, but I have an unpublished story here from the Boston Globe back in 1918 that I had in my files. And the question I have is, I haven't really found, I left it where I found it in the files, but I haven't seen how to apply it. It features a story which was never published, and then states back in 1880, a family of French immigrants moved into that house, but fled after a series of violent accidents left the parents dead and 3 children crippled. The house long stood vacant. In 1909, another family moved in and immediately fell prey to illnesses Then in 1914, the oldest brother went mad and killed himself with a kitchen knife. The heartbroken family moved out, and in 1980, a third family, the Macarios, rented the house, but they left almost immediately under mysterious situations. I heard one possibly is in the madhouse. And it relates to the house, but these are all between the time that was listed of Corbett's owning of the house and the more current Macario, which were actually members of our church. So,
Well, I guess I need to go to the crazy house.
Well, blessed you for doing so. See what you can find out. Well, thank you very much. And he says, "Did you want to keep those books with you for now?"
I have to. They're my client's property.
But be careful with them. Don't let them be seen that you have them. You don't know what dangers they could bring, just in case someone else wanted to use them in a wrong way besides you. So, you go ahead and gather your stuff and head out.
Yep.
Do a luck roll. And I'm going to do a die 12 roll. It's getting pretty late. And you successfully got back to your place without a problem. But it is getting late, so you'll have to crash for the night.
Okay.
And then plan for your next day's travel. Now, did we want to take a quick break at this time or keep going?
Well, how long do you want to go?
Do you want to go just instead of skipping and just go on another hour and call it good for now? Because you are alone, so you got to pay attention a lot longer than if you had other people with you. What do you think?
Let's take a break.
Okay, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right with you, everyone. notification bubble or bell, and let us know what possible games you guys might like, or want to try out. Or like I said on this one in Roll20, we're going to go ahead and recruit players through the game system and see what we can find. If you watch this, and go ahead and note it in the thing, and then we'll just find you directly. So we're going to go ahead. Are you ready over there? Okay. Well, hello again.
No, I don't want to be here.
Too bad. You're here now. You had a chance earlier, but it went away. So, we're gonna let's go ahead, put you at the Roxbury Lunatic Asylum. Isn't it pretty?
Oh yeah.
It's
Like
like
something from Silent Hill.
Well, it's the original Silent Hill stuff. Now, as we go on, you head over to the Roxbury first. First, did we do a luck roll, or were you already safe traveling? I think you were.
Yeah, 5 versus 40.
Okay, so you decide to visit a sanitarium. You get there, you get to the front doors. Place at first does not strike you as someplace that actually is being used much. Until you start hearing a few yells here and there, or screams of people that are staying here. At that point, you're pretty sure that, yeah, people are here and it's a horrible place to be. So let me go back to, I went and grabbed your marker. Here, slide it around. Oh, you actually are over here somewhere due to the way the game works. I didn't put your name on this one. That's all right. I can leave it bigger so we can see your picture better. How's that? You don't have to share right now. So, now I can even put your name thing over here too. If I do it right, I'll be able to put this right on the top of it, and then yours can disappear. Be that person. Now, you get there. They'll ask you at the front desk, what family member are you here to visit?
I tell them the name.
Okay. Oh, tragic what happened to her and her family. But, she hasn't had visitors in quite a while, though, and if you decide you want to visit her, you're probably going to have to keep it short, because she's still kind of a nervous person.
I'll keep it short.
Okay? And try not to mention her children much. She misses them, and if you bring them up, it could possibly send her off the deep end again. We will keep medication nearby if she needs to be injected with something. It's a good thing you got here, because currently I have her on a list for a lobotomy in about 3 months when the wagon comes through. So, unless, like family members she has are too young, but I kind of worry that, the kids will never have a chance, though, to talk with their mother if she's lobotomized. But it's the greatest new treatment, so, one of the Kennedys came in and had it done?
Yes, I know.
Okay, so, the one you're looking for is Vittorio Macario. They take you to a room. They look at, open the window, have you look in there and say, is that who you were looking for? And they give you the name.
Yes.
Okay. And actually, no, that's the father. Just so you know. I know the name, you can't tell. He's clasping close to his heart a Bible. As he's mumbling something. in, they open the door for you, they ask, will you need a guard nearby, or, because we can't leave the door open with you.
No, it should be fine.
Okay. Make an appearance check. And again, because we haven't adjusted that yet. Oh, there we go. You're cute enough that the guard hands you a 1.5 foot long, 2-inch long pipe. If you need this, just hit him a couple times. He'll stop it. You're thinking you would probably do more than that after a while, you know, but
Yeah.
care wasn't great at that time. So, you left in the room, they closed the door behind you. Although they did turn on the light, just a reddish, pinkish light to keep him kind of calm. But not too much light. So, he doesn't seem to really notice you much as he's like reading things out of the Bible every once in a while. He opens it up, points out something, and then starts reading it. And then but he's talking real mumbled to himself. What do you wish to do?
I sit and listen for a few minutes.
Okay. Let's go with, first of all then, because for starters, that will help you win his trust. So let's go with appearance. Ooh, hard success. And while you're at it, go ahead and do an intelligence check. Oh, another one. So, so far, what he's been reading occasionally is different parts here and there. But what catches your attention is odd. And he's actually started looking at you occasionally like he's trying to help you out by reading these sections to you. At one point, he just opens it, and apparently quoting from the passage, he says, "By his own weapon is the devil worsened. Will not a genuine quotation..." And he just kind of like ends there and starts babbling it over and over again about the first part. By his own weapon is the devil worsened.
Huh.
But also, though, before he got to that point, what got your attention before he yelled all of a sudden is he said at one point, "Those pages are missing. Those pages are missing."
I hand him the pages.
You know, all cleaned out, flattened out, because you wanted the other people to read them, so you'd probably be able to read them. I would say... he's crazy, though, so try off luck. How will he take it? Oh, he took it well. He looks at it. Says, oh. No. He turns and says, "Where'd you find these evil pages?"
Found them behind an old church in the mud.
And then he starts mumbling something about, "That's not where I left them. That's not where I left them. That's not where I left them."
Where
like
did you leave them?
Make a luck roll to see if he hears you. And try again just for the sake. Okay. He seems to be talking to other people in the room. Like he's trying to apologize almost. That someone found him because that's not where he put them. And what I will give you is like the last thing before they decide that he's been babbling too much. Someone comes in and injects him, but they tell you that also we do have Gabrielle conscious and approachable if you wish. But before he passed out, he did say something about, at the end, like, and especially not at that place. You know, as they were shooting him up with drugs, that's what he yelled as he was passing out. Like, that was really an issue. So, you done talking to him?
Yep.
You go talk to Gabriella, the wife that got there a little later. Make an appearance check. Ooh, she thinks you seem to be a reasonable lady. When you come in, she actually seems to like sit up a little bit and try to act more, you know, proper. But, you know, with what she has and what's around, and, you know, she would look more in place if she was wearing the proper dress and all the proper accoutrements like cups and tea sets and table and lights. But instead she's sitting in a room that's like barely got light coming in. But she's trying to make the best of it, looks like. And she looks at you and smiles and says, "Oh, a proper visitor. I have not seen one of them for a while. You're not a doctor here, are you?"
No, ma'am, I'm not.
Oh. Why do you visit me?
I hate to bring this up considering your past with this place, but I'm investigating the Corbett house.
Oh. No. There's an evil presence that lives in that house. I don't know where it is or what. I've searched the place so I can clean it out, make it safe for my boys. But no, it never worked. I never could find it. I would nights sometimes I would find it leaning over me. When it was angry, the thing might throw dishes or other objects to fly around the room. But mostly it hated my husband. It concentrated a lot of anger upon him. But I wouldn't go there. It's a bad house.
Okay.
So, do you let her rest, or?
I thank her for her time and leave.
Okay. Make a luck roll. Okay. As you're leaving the room, she asks you to tell her sons she's sorry.
I promise I will.
I won't have much time to do that myself soon. Will you visit me again before you leave?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And she kind of like goes back to knitting, but she has nothing to knit with. But she's like just trying to look relaxed and calm. And they go ahead, and after a while they knock on the door and ask, "Are you all right?"
Yeah.
Okay. She's bitten 3 people so far.
Huh?
Yeah, she's a biter. But we found the right mixture for her now. As soon as we get some kind of like permission from family,
Lana, come here.
we'll take care of her. But until then, we'll probably just have to keep her sedated as much as possible.
May I go back and say goodbye?
Sure. Go ahead. Well, they haven't even actually opened the door yet, but you can say goodbye for now and then.
Pretty much act like I came back in and...
Okay. Oh, she'll act all happy to see you again. You said you would come back. How were they doing?
They're doing good.
Good. I'm glad they got out of there.
I just wanted to come and say farewell.
Okay. So she kind of gets up to hug you. And as she does so, she mumbles something into your ear. Go ahead and make a intelligence check. Good job. She says the bastard's still alive in there somewhere.
Thank you for telling me that.
And then she sits back down and commences to go about what she was doing. And they give her some shots and some... Well, they pour something, a vial of something, into the tea she's drinking. As well as give her some shots, or some pills. But they're not giving her any shots. She's not at that stage right now. She's just somewhere else. So we leave her alone. We have a few patients like her, but she came back further than most. The husband truly lost it. So, you leave from there?
Yep.
Make a luck roll as you head probably to the hotel, or you want to head somewhere else. It's probably getting late. Well, no, you had the police today, right? Ate up your time? Yeah, so it's probably getting late. Okay, and one more. Okay, let's go to the encounters.
Oh, fuck.
We're on 3. Let's go ahead and drop 2 into the used, so I don't overuse it. I try not to make you guys have the same encounters over. And, well, one you face, but through a limited way. I'll leave it for now in case I want to do it for you. So, what we have now is as you're heading back to your rooms, or your room, I should check the time. I do the 9/12 thing. 11 again! You're getting to come home in this time all the time. Make a luck roll as you're walking towards your apartment. Well, it may not sound like it, but that was a good luck. But I will need a sanity check from you. Oh! Well, you made it. So, let me check something here. No, okay. Just checking the numbers. A woman fell from a room above in the hotel onto the street a few feet in front of you. Although it looks like the only place that's open is actually on the second-story window in front of you. But she hits the ground pretty hard and dies on impact.
Oh, great.
What do you do?
Guess I go inform the police.
You go and tell the police? Okay.
Yep.
Go ahead and make an appearance check. Ooh, another one. Well, let me roll here. They show up after a while. You wait around till they show up.
Yep.
Whole thing takes about 5 hours of your time. So it's almost morning by the time you get out of the police station. They get the information from you. It seemed to go all right, though.
I go home and go to bed.
Yeah. But I have one thing to add to you. just let you know, as you were talking to the police, one of them asked you, did you see anyone else come from that window?
No, just her.
Okay, thank you. We already have your name, so you know the whole thing, but don't worry so much on this one. This one we know you didn't do. You were on the ground when it happened. This is the first cop you talked to. He
Oh,
said,
by the way,
yes.
the duel.
Yes?
The guy that survived, his friend picked him up and drove him away to his house.
Really? I've heard nothing about this.
There should still be tire tracks leading from the duel point to a house.
Yes, one of the detectives had found them, but had lost it before he got all the way there, he said. Either that or I think he got tired of looking.
I could show you the house.
Well, we're both had a long day, so I'll come by and swing up and pick you up later sometime for this if you want. Maybe we'll give the guy a little extra time to call me.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that puts someone specific on the list. His son was baptized by that church back when it existed. And he's been in trouble. That's why I got pulled his name. But I have nothing stating he was there. But you say his father was somehow... It was an older gentleman, right? And it was.
Yes.
So his father was somehow involved, which would have been weird for him.
Then you know the house I'm talking about.
I believe so. Because he had you pointed out. Because he was going to not... We would give him a little time because we wouldn't have time because he was tired and you were tired. He'd been bugging you all the way through this thing. So you go ahead, get some rest. I'll go home. And tomorrow morning, we'll look at this. Does that sound good to you?
Sounds good. I'm probably gonna sleep all day anyways.
Well, yeah. I'll give you a while before I come by. I'll probably come by at the end of my shift. I'll probably have to start work before you get up. So, you head back to your place?
Yep.
We'll let you get there nice and safe. I'll go ahead and drop this encounter down here because I've used it. And you get some rest.
Should we call it here?
We could call it here. You'd be picking up, still have, let's see, we still haven't found out, well, you got the information from the Boston Globe through the church. Central Library, Hall of Records, neighborhood, you went to the sanitarium, and there's still something about the church, but otherwise, you get down to the location. And you have some information about the place. So, yeah, we will call it right here because, well, you're alone and we don't want to kill you off in the final battle.
Yeah.
And,
Please don't. Knock it off!
lots of people watching the show are animals. Okay, if you play Roll20, let us know. We're looking for some new members in that. First time we've tried to recruit through Roll20 will be coming up. Otherwise, we were just doing this on our own, kind of trying it out. And we'll talk to you guys later. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.